The starship hummed gently as it navigated the final stretch of the cosmos between Earth and the Zetherian system. Lara, seated by the window, watched the swirl of stars and nebulae, each minute bringing her closer to the unknown. Her heart raced with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The thought of being the first human to attend the Galactic Harmony Academy was daunting, yet it thrilled her. She was about to make history. The Academy, a prestigious institution floating in orbit around the planet Geminon, was a beacon of knowledge and diplomacy in the galaxy. It was here that the brightest young minds from countless species came together, not just to learn, but to build bridges between the myriad cultures of the universe. As the shuttle entered the planet's orbit, the Academy came into view. It was an architectural marvel, a vast complex of domes and spires glittering under the twin suns of Geminon. Lara's eyes widened in awe. The sheer scale of it dwarfed any structure she had seen on Earth. The shuttle docked smoothly, and the cabin buzzed with the alien languages of her fellow freshmen. Lara grabbed her backpack, her personal link to Earth contained within. She felt a pang of homesickness, but shook it off as the doors hissed open. Stepping onto the platform, she was immediately struck by the diversity of her classmates. There were beings covered in iridescent scales, others with translucent skin, and some who floated in the air, their forms barely contained by shimmering fields of energy. Lara suddenly felt very conspicuous in her plain jumpsuit and boots. Her arrival did not go unnoticed. Whispers filled the air, a mixture of curiosity and surprise. It was clear that a human was an unusual sight at the Academy. A small, three-eyed creature approached her, its smile wide and welcoming. "Hello, human. I'm Tico from the planet Visnar. Is it true you're from Earth? What's it like to live on a planet with such high gravity?" Lara smiled, relieved by the friendly greeting. "Yes, I'm from Earth. It's pretty normal for me, gravity and all." "I'm Lara," she introduced herself, extending her hand. Tico, looking puzzled, tilted his head and then mimicked the gesture, shaking her hand with all three of his. The others gathered around, eager to learn more about the newcomer. As they walked toward the main complex, Lara's nervousness began to subside, replaced by a growing sense of wonder. The Academy was more than a school. It was a microcosm of the galaxy, a place where beings from different worlds came together to share knowledge and culture. Her first steps at the Galactic Harmony Academy were cautious but filled with optimism. Lara was ready to learn, not just academically but culturally, eager to find her place in this vast galaxy. The journey was just beginning, but she knew one thing for certain: everything was about to change. Lara's first morning at the Galactic Harmony Academy began with the rising of Geminon's twin suns, casting a golden glow across her dorm room. She woke to the chirps and whistles of her new alien alarm clock, a device that promised to sync with the biological rhythms of any species. Rubbing the sleep from her eyes, she prepared for her first day, donning the standard academy uniform that somehow managed to accommodate the vast array of student body shapes and sizes. Breakfast was in the communal dining hall, a vast chamber with tables stretching as far as the eye could see, each attended by students of all forms and colors. Lara grabbed a tray and eyed the unfamiliar food, dishes that floated, some that wriggled slightly, and others that emitted a gentle, inviting light. She chose a few of the less intimidating options, and found a seat next to Tico, who was already munching on a cluster of glowing orbs. "Try this, Lara. It's a Delpharian sunrise, totally digestible for humans, I checked," Tico explained enthusiastically. Lara smiled and tentatively tasted the food. It was sweet, with a burst of flavor that reminded her of peaches. She was grateful for Tico's guidance and the Academy's effort to cater to her human biology. After breakfast, the first challenge of the day awaited: navigation. The Academy was a labyrinth of corridors, classrooms, and labs, all orbiting around a central nexus that housed the administration and communal facilities. Lara followed a group of students to her first class, zero-gravity physics. The classroom was a sphere, with students positioned around the curved walls, held in place by magnetic boots. The professor, a being made entirely of light and sound, began the lecture with a wave of shimmering colors, translating complex theories into stunning visuals that danced around the room. Despite the beauty of it all, Lara struggled to grasp the concepts, her mind spinning almost as much as the models of atoms floating before her. She took copious notes, determined not to fall behind. The bell rang, signaling the end of class, and Lara floated out, slightly disoriented but exhilarated. The day continued with interspecies ethics, a class taught by a wise old Zarnian with 4 arms and eyes that saw more than just the visible spectrum. Here, students debated moral dilemmas faced by different species across the galaxy, learning to appreciate the vast diversity of perspectives and values. Lara found herself deeply engaged, her human viewpoint often differing significantly from her classmates, sparking lively debates. One discussion about resource sharing on multi-species planets saw her advocating for Earth's perspective on environmental conservation, which intrigued her peers and invited questions about human society. As the day progressed, Lara navigated through classes on galactic history, where she learned about the great alliances and conflicts of the stars, and computational astrobiology, which explored the possibilities of life forms yet to be discovered. By the time the last bell rang, Lara was exhausted, but filled with a sense of accomplishment. She had survived her first day at the academy. Walking back to her dorm, her mind buzzed with physics equations, ethical quandaries, and historical timelines. She felt a growing confidence that she could succeed here, surrounded by the galaxy's brightest minds. That evening, as Lara sat at her desk, organizing her notes and planning for the next day, she realized that despite the vastness of space and the strangeness of her surroundings, the pursuit of knowledge was a universal language, one that she was now a part of. She smiled to herself, eager for what tomorrow would bring. The second week at the Galactic Harmony Academy brought with it a deeper immersion into the complexities of interstellar academics and culture. Lara had begun to find her rhythm, balancing her studies with her ever-expanding social interactions. Yet, as she was about to learn, navigating the social landscape of such a diverse student body could be just as tricky as any of her academic courses. One particularly sunny morning, as Geminon's twin suns bathed the campus in a warm double glow, Lara was in high spirits. She had just received a message from her family on Earth, filled with news and encouragement, boosting her morale. Eager to share her happiness, she walked into her interspecies ethics class with a broad smile. As she entered, she spotted Threx, a reptilian classmate from Theros 4. Threx was known for his brilliant mind and somewhat reserved nature. Remembering a human gesture of friendship and goodwill, Lara approached Threx and playfully ruffled the scales on the top of his head. The reaction was immediate and intense. Threx recoiled sharply, hissing in a low tone, his scales bristling in a display of clear discomfort and anger. The room fell silent. Everyone's eyes were on Lara and Threx. Lara's heart sank as she realized she had committed a grave error. In Threxian culture, the head was considered sacred, and touching it was a severe violation of personal space and respect. Tico quickly floated over, his expression concerned. Lara, Threxians view the head as a private part of the body, only to be touched by close family or in intimate ceremonies, he whispered urgently. Feeling her face flush with embarrassment, Lara turned to Threx, her voice trembling slightly. Threx, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I shouldn't have assumed. Please forgive me. Threx's breathing slowed, his scales gradually laying flat again, as he assessed Lara's sincere apology. I understand. You did not mean disrespect, Lara, he said stiffly, still visibly upset. But please, be mindful of our ways. The teacher, sensing a teachable moment, gently took control of the situation. Class, let's discuss this, he proposed, guiding Lara and Threx to the front. Misunderstandings like this are learning opportunities. In our diverse galaxy, awareness and respect for each other's customs are crucial. The class engaged in a thoughtful discussion about cultural sensitivity, with various students sharing their own customs and personal boundaries. Lara listened intently, taking mental notes on the diverse norms and practices of her classmates. After the class, Lara spent the rest of the day reflecting on the incident. She realized that living among such a variety of beings required not just intellectual curiosity, but also a deep cultural sensitivity. Determined to make amends, and turn the incident into a positive learning experience, she began compiling a personal guide on the cultural norms of her classmates, asking them directly about their preferences and taboos. That evening, Lara found Threx in the common room. Tentatively, she offered him a peace offering, a small plant from Earth known for its soothing properties, and a gesture of goodwill among many cultures. "Threx, I brought this for you as a way to say I'm truly sorry," she said, presenting the potted plant. "I've learned a lot today, thanks to you." Threx examined the plant, a slight softening in his eyes. "Thank you, Lara. I accept your apology and your gift," he responded, a hint of a smile breaking through his usual stoicism. The incident, though initially distressing, strengthened the bonds among the students. Lara's commitment to understanding and respecting the diverse cultures around her not only mended her relationship with Threx, but also earned her deeper respect from her peers. Several weeks into the semester, the Galactic Harmony Academy announced a major interstellar project aimed at enhancing environmental sustainability across the galaxy. The initiative was to be a collaborative effort, involving students from various planets to bring diverse perspectives and solutions to the table. Much to her delight, Lara was selected to participate, representing Earth and its burgeoning practices in sustainability. The project, titled Harmonizing Habitats, sought to develop innovative methods to clean up space debris, a growing problem affecting many interstellar communities. The debris, remnants of old satellites, discarded spacecraft, and fragments from asteroid collisions, posed risks to navigation and planetary safety. Lara joined a team of 6, including Tico, a Zithar expert in bioengineering, a robotic AI named Vix programmed for environmental engineering, and 3 others from aquatic, terrestrial, and gaseous planets, each bringing unique skills to the group. Their first meeting took place in the Academy's Innovation Lab, a sprawling space filled with cutting-edge technology and research materials from across the galaxy. The walls were lined with holographic displays of star systems and floating models of various celestial bodies. "Welcome, team," Lara began, taking the lead in the initial discussions. "Our goal is clear. We need a solution to clean space debris effectively, without introducing further harm to planetary ecosystems or disrupting natural celestial paths." Tico floated excitedly, his tendrils waving. "I propose we explore bioengineered microbes. On Visnar, we've developed microorganisms capable of breaking down our own industrial waste into harmless natural compounds. Maybe we could adapt this technology for use in space." VOX processed the suggestion, its lights blinking thoughtfully. "Bioengineering could be viable. I can simulate the conditions and potential outcomes of deploying such organisms in space. We need to ensure they can survive and function in the vacuum and radiation." The discussions continued, with each member contributing ideas. An aquatic planet scientist suggested harnessing magnetic fields to gather debris, while a gaseous planet representative thought about using directed energy to nudge debris into decaying orbits. Over the following weeks, the team worked tirelessly, testing various hypotheses and running simulations. Lara spent hours studying space ecology, learning about the delicate balances and forces at play. Her human perspective on sustainability added valuable insights, particularly in areas of reducing resource use and recycling. As the project progressed, the team faced challenges. Some ideas failed during testing, while others proved too costly or complex. But each failure was a learning opportunity, and the team's camaraderie deepened. Finally, they developed a promising prototype, a swarm of bioengineered microbes encased in tiny, robust shells that could attach to debris and chemically convert it into inert materials, which would harmlessly burn up in planetary atmospheres. The day came to present their prototype to the Academy's panel of experts and professors. The auditorium was packed with students and faculty, all eager to see the innovative solutions devised by their brightest minds. Lara stood before the assembly, her nerves steadied by the presence of her team. "Our project represents a collaboration, not just among planets, but between disciplines," she explained, launching into the specifics of their design and the sustainable, peaceful ethos behind it. The presentation was a success, met with enthusiastic applause. The panel praised their innovative approach and the practicality of their design, greenlighting the next phase of development. Flushed with success, Lara and her team celebrated their victory. They had not only developed a viable solution to a galactic problem, but had also exemplified the potential of diverse beings working together toward a common goal. As she walked back to her dorm, heart full of pride and excitement, Lara realized that this project might just be the beginning of her contributions to the galaxy. She had found her calling in this cosmic confluence of cultures and challenges. After their successful presentation, Lara and her team entered the implementation phase of their project, harmonizing habitats. They spent countless hours in the lab refining their prototype, a swarm of bioengineered microbes designed to safely decompose space debris. The excitement within the team was palpable. Their innovative solution had the potential to significantly impact galactic environmental efforts. One afternoon, as they were preparing for a critical test of the prototype in a controlled orbital environment, an unexpected complication arose. During the simulation, a containment failure occurred, causing the microbe-encased shells to disperse unpredictably. The lab's monitoring systems blared alarms, and the team scrambled to contain the situation. "Emergency protocols now," VOX commanded, its voice synthesizer cutting through the chaos. The robotic AI quickly calculated the safest method to recover the dispersed units, while the team worked frantically to implement the solution. Lara's heart raced as she helped coordinate the recovery efforts. "Tico, check the integrity of the remaining containment units. We need to make sure this doesn't happen again," she yelled over the noise. Tico nodded, manipulating his tendrils with precision to assess and secure the containers. "Looks like a fluctuation in the temperature control caused the breach," he reported, his voice tense. As Lara watched her teammates work together seamlessly under pressure, she realized the gravity of their responsibility. Their project wasn't just a school assignment anymore. It was a real solution that could fail disastrously if not handled with utmost care. After several tense minutes, the team managed to retrieve and secure all the dispersed units. The crisis was averted, but the incident left everyone shaken. The lab fell silent as the reality of what could have been a catastrophic failure sunk in. "This was a close call," Lara said, addressing the group. "But it's also a valuable lesson. We're dealing with powerful technologies that require our respect and careful handling." The team gathered to review what went wrong and how to prevent similar issues in the future. Through this review, they strengthened the project's safety protocols and redesigned the containment systems to handle a wider range of environmental variables. This incident marked a turning point for Lara. It was no longer about achieving academic success. It was about ensuring the safety and viability of their solution in real-world scenarios. Her role as a team leader solidified, and she became more committed than ever to the project's success. The near crisis also brought the team closer together. They had faced a significant challenge and come through it stronger. The trust and camaraderie that developed from this experience were palpable, as they now truly understood the stakes involved. Reflecting on the day's events, Lara felt a mix of relief and determination. She knew that their journey from concept to reality would be full of challenges, but she also knew that they had the right team to face them. As she prepared for another day of testing and refinement, Lara felt ready to take on whatever challenges came next, driven by a deep commitment to contribute positively to the galaxy's environmental future. Weeks turned into months, and Lara's life at the Galactic Harmony Academy became a blend of rigorous academic challenges and enriching cultural exchanges. The near disaster with the project had instilled a deep sense of responsibility in her, but it had also highlighted the importance of cross-cultural teamwork and innovation. As Lara grew more comfortable in her surroundings, she found herself increasingly intrigued by the diverse cultures of her classmates. Inspired by her experiences and the connections she had formed, Lara decided to initiate a cultural exchange club called Cosmic Cultures. The club aimed to foster deeper understanding and appreciation among students of different backgrounds by sharing traditions, histories, and perspectives. Lara presented the idea to the student council, explaining how the club could enhance the academic and social environment at the academy by encouraging inclusivity and respect through knowledge. Her proposal was met with enthusiasm, and she received immediate approval to move forward. The first meeting of Cosmic Cultures was held in one of the Academy's communal lounges, a spacious room with views of the starlit galaxy outside. Lara had organized a series of presentations, each by a student from a different planet, including a musical performance by a Jovian who played a set of floating crystal bells, and a poetry recital in the clicking language of a crustacean from the ocean planet Hydrix. Lara herself shared some aspects of Earth's rich cultural heritage, showcasing a virtual tour of Earth's natural wonders and major historical sites, followed by a brief introduction to various Earth cuisines, which she had managed to simulate with the help of the Academy's food synthesizers. She offered samples of dishes like sushi, tacos, and pizza, which, to her delight, were met with curious approval. The club quickly became popular, drawing a larger audience with each meeting. Students were eager to share stories from their homeworlds, and many expressed how these sessions helped them feel less homesick and more connected to the Academy community. As the semester progressed, Cosmic Cultures became a cornerstone of student life. It wasn't just a club. It was a forum where future leaders of the galaxy could forge bonds of friendship and understanding that transcended planetary boundaries. Through these sessions, Lara not only facilitated a deeper cultural appreciation, but also deepened her own understanding of the galaxy's social fabric. In one significant session, Threx, who had initially had a misunderstanding with Lara, shared the sacred dances of Theros 4. The dance was a mesmerizing sequence of movements that represented the flow of the rivers on his planet, deeply connected to his people's beliefs in the sanctity of natural resources. Lara watched, moved by the beauty and the meaning behind the dance, realizing how much she had learned and grown from her initial faux pas. As the club's reputation grew, faculty members began to attend, praising Lara's initiative for enhancing the educational experience with real-world applications of intercultural dialogue. Lara felt a profound sense of achievement, knowing she had contributed something lasting and beneficial to the Academy. Reflecting on her journey thus far, Lara felt a renewed sense of purpose. She had come to the Academy to learn, but now she was also teaching, sharing, and bridging worlds. Her vision for a unified galaxy seemed a little more attainable with each Cosmic Cultures meeting, as every session sowed new threads of understanding among the stars. The Galactic Harmony Academy was buzzing with anticipation for the annual Galactic Debate, a prestigious event that brought together the most articulate and insightful students to discuss critical issues facing the galaxy. This year, the topic was particularly challenging: the ethical implications of terraforming uninhabited planets for settlement. As the event approached, Lara's professors, impressed by her thoughtful contributions in class and her leadership in the Cosmic Cultures Club, selected her to represent Earth in the debate. Lara was both honored and nervous. The topic was complex, involving environmental, ethical, and technological considerations. Terraforming, the process of modifying a planet's environment to make it habitable for Earth-like life, was a controversial subject. It posed potential risks to unknown ecosystems and raised questions about the rights to alter celestial bodies. In preparation, Lara immersed herself in research. She studied cases of terraforming proposals and their impacts, consulted with her professors, and held discussions with her peers, including Tycho and Threx. Each provided unique insights from their planetary perspectives, enriching Lara's understanding of the subject. As debate day arrived, the auditorium was filled with a mixture of students and faculty from various disciplines, all eager to hear the arguments. The debate was structured in a round-robin format, with each participant given time to present their case, followed by a session of rebuttals and a closing statement. Lara's turn came after several compelling presentations by her peers. She stepped up to the podium, her notes organized and thoughts clear. She began confidently, outlining the potential benefits of terraforming, such as alleviating overpopulation and resource depletion on native planets. However, she quickly shifted focus to the ethical considerations, emphasizing the responsibility to protect potential latent ecosystems and the moral implications of altering a planet's natural state without full understanding of the consequences. Though terraforming offers us a beacon of hope for expanding our horizons and ensuring the survival of many species, Lara argued, we must proceed with caution. We hold a stewardship, not ownership, over new worlds. We must prioritize comprehensive environmental impact studies and involve a council of multi-species experts to oversee such projects. Her arguments were well received, and the rebuttal session began. A student from a technologically advanced planet challenged her views, questioning whether technological advancement should be hindered by hypotheticals of ethical concerns. Lara responded with poise, acknowledging the importance of progress, but reinforcing the value of ethical foresight in galactic expansion. The debate continued with passionate exchanges, each participant bringing forward nuanced perspectives that reflected their backgrounds and planetary cultures. Lara listened intently, learning from each argument and refining her position where needed. As the final round of closing statements concluded, the judges, composed of esteemed faculty and guest speakers from various planets, deliberated. The tension in the auditorium was palpable as everyone awaited the decision. Finally, the judges announced the results. Lara was commended for her balanced approach and depth of insight, placing second in the competition. The experience was exhilarating and humbling, reinforcing her dedication to diplomacy and ethical leadership. The applause was warm as she left the stage, her peers from the Cosmic Cultures Club cheering loudly. Lara felt a surge of pride, not just for her performance, but for the broader dialogue she had helped foster. The debate had not only been a competition, but a profound learning experience for all involved, showcasing the power of thoughtful discourse in shaping the future of the galaxy. As the final semester at the Galactic Harmony Academy drew to a close, the imminent reality of graduation began to dawn on Lara and her classmates. The campus, a bustling hub of activity and learning for so long, took on a bittersweet atmosphere as students prepared to conclude their academic journeys and step into the wider universe. Lara felt a whirlwind of emotions. The academy had become more than just a school. It was a home where she had forged unbreakable bonds and encountered ideas that had forever altered her perspective on life and her role in the galaxy. As she packed up her belongings from her dorm room, each item evoked memories of her experiences. The bioengineered plant she received from Threx, now fully blossomed, a model of the debris-clearing microbes from her environmental project, and various cultural artifacts from the Cosmic Cultures Club. In the weeks leading up to graduation, Lara threw herself into completing her final projects and exams. She also devoted considerable time to the Cosmic Cultures Club, ensuring that it would continue to thrive after her departure. She organized elections for new leadership and prepared handover documents, detailing everything from club activities to future event ideas. Simultaneously, Lara was involved in planning the graduation ceremony. The Academy's administration had chosen her to speak on behalf of the graduating class, an honor that filled her with both pride and a sense of responsibility. She wanted her speech to encapsulate the profound journey they had all shared, highlighting the importance of cross-cultural understanding and cooperation. As she wrote her speech, Lara reflected on her growth since her first day at the Academy. She had arrived as a curious yet naive student, eager to learn but unaware of the complexities of interstellar relations. Now she was leaving as a confident leader, equipped with the knowledge and skills to make a significant impact on the galaxy. Finally, the day of graduation arrived. The ceremony was held in the grand auditorium with families and dignitaries from across the galaxy in attendance, appearing either in person or via hologram. The room was filled with a vibrant mix of colors and languages, a testament to the diversity of the Academy's student body. When it was her turn to speak, Lara walked up to the podium with a calm and assured demeanor. She looked out over the sea of faces, her heart swelling with emotion. Today, as we stand on the brink of new beginnings, we carry with us not just the knowledge and skills we have acquired here, but the friendships and the understanding that no matter how different we may appear, we share common dreams and aspirations. We have learned to celebrate our differences and to find strength in our diversity, Lara began, her voice clear and resonant. She continued, speaking about the challenges they had faced together, from misunderstandings and cultural faux pas to collaborative triumphs like the Harmonizing Habitats project. She emphasized the importance of empathy and ethical leadership in a galaxy where new technologies and discoveries were continually reshaping societies. As Lara concluded her speech, she looked around at her classmates, seeing in their faces a mix of nostalgia, excitement, and determination. Let us step forward from today, not just as graduates of the Galactic Harmony Academy, but as ambassadors of harmony and understanding, committed to a better future for all species across the stars. The applause that followed was thunderous, resonating with the promise and hopes of the graduating class. As Lara stepped down from the podium, she felt a profound sense of accomplishment and anticipation. The ceremony ended with a flurry of congratulations, tearful goodbyes, and hopeful discussions about the future. Later, standing alone for a moment on the now empty auditorium stage, Lara felt a surge of gratitude for everything the Academy had given her, and an eager anticipation for the new adventures that lay ahead. She knew that whatever challenges and opportunities the future held, she was ready to face them with courage and integrity. The day after the graduation ceremony, Lara stood at the viewing deck of the Galactic Harmony Academy, gazing out at the sprawling cosmos. The stars twinkled against the infinite dark, each one a beacon of potential stories and adventures. Today marked not just an ending, but the dawn of new beginnings. Lara felt a mix of exhilaration and a poignant sense of closure as she prepared to leave the academy that had become her second home. Packed and ready for her journey back to Earth, Lara reflected on her time at the academy. She had arrived as the first human student, unsure and unfamiliar with the galaxy's myriad cultures and species. Now she was returning to Earth with a wealth of knowledge, experiences, and friendships that spanned the stars. Her involvement in groundbreaking projects and initiatives, like the Harmonizing Habitats and the Cosmic Cultures Club, had not only changed her, but also left a lasting impact on the Academy and its approach to interstellar cooperation. As she pulled her suitcase, her communicator beeped with messages from her classmates, words of farewell, promises to visit Earth, and plans for future collaborations. Threx had sent a message expressing his gratitude for the plant she'd given him, which had flourished and become a symbol of their friendship and mutual respect. Tico shared an image of the next Cosmic Cultures meeting, with new members and continuing traditions. Lara smiled, her heart full, knowing these connections would last a lifetime. Before boarding her shuttle, Lara met with some of her professors and the Academy's dean. They commended her contributions and expressed high hopes for her future endeavors. "Your perspective as a human and your dedication to unity and understanding have enriched us all," the dean said, his voice warm with admiration. "We expect great things from you, Lara." On board the shuttle, as Earth came into view, a vibrant blue orb suspended in the dark, Lara felt a surge of purpose. Her experiences had prepared her to bridge the gap between humanity and the intergalactic community. She knew she wanted to advocate for Earth's integration into this broader community, leveraging her unique position to foster interstellar relations and environmental stewardship. Landing on Earth, Lara was greeted by her family and representatives from various global organizations interested in her insights and experiences. News of her achievements and her role in the Interstellar Environmental Project had resonated back home, sparking interest and excitement about the potential for Earth's more active involvement in galactic affairs. In the weeks that followed, Lara became a consultant for Earth's newly formed Interstellar Relations Department. She worked to prepare Earth's leaders and the public for the opportunities and responsibilities that came with being part of the galactic community. She shared her knowledge at conferences, in classrooms, and through media, always emphasizing the importance of respect, empathy, and cooperation. One day, standing on a platform addressing a mixed crowd of Earth citizens and alien visitors, Lara felt the weight and wonder of her journey. She spoke passionately about the galaxy's diversity, the challenges it faced, and the common goals shared by all intelligent life. The audience listened, captivated by her vision of a united interstellar community that celebrated diversity and worked together to ensure a prosperous, sustainable future. As she concluded her speech, the applause was loud and filled with hope. Lara stood there, a bridge between worlds, a testament to the change one person can inspire. She knew this was just the beginning. The universe was vast, and her journey was far from over. But as she stepped down, greeted by familiar faces and new allies, Lara was certain of one thing. She was ready to help lead humanity into this vast, interconnected galaxy.